All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another video finally after a brief hiatus. Let's go over the Anthony Davis trade proposals and finances, and let's figure out exactly what's going to happen and what if this happens and what if that. Yeah, making it way too complicated, way too complicated. If you look at the Mavericks situation, there is essentially one way this plays out because it's the only thing that makes common sense. So let's go through a couple things, what's been in the news lately, and let's go over what I believe is going to happen, and I believe it's the only thing that can happen. All right, the first thing that kicked this whole saga off, aside from Nico Harrison getting fired, was this report from Tim McMahon that says the Dallas Mavericks will explore the trade market for Anthony Davis. Of course they will. Of course they will. AD is, when healthy, top 10, top 12, top 14, top 16, top, whatever you want to say. Dude's an absolute beast. And he will help you win a championship if your team fits him. He 100% will. But yes, of course they're going to explore the trade market for Anthony Davis. So this makes 100% all the sense in the world. What's important to know here is that the Mavericks do not have any of their own draft picks from 2027 to 2031, as you can see here on Fanspo. Hold up one second. Let me make this a little easier to read for you guys. 2026, we're good. 2027, we are not good. Neither are we good in 28 or 29 or 30. 31, we are good. Now, here's the thing, too. What sucks even more about this is that if you look at 28, 29, 30, OKC, Houston, San Antonio, like three of your like direct rivals, if we're going to say rivals. Um, Obviously, at 29, we do have the Lakers first round pick, which could be interesting, but you do not want to be bad for at least 5 years through this stretch. We can afford to be bad this year. I mean, we really can. We are bad. I mean, there's no if we can afford to or not. Like, we are bad. It is a situation we're in. All right, let's think this through. Just logically, common sense. You ain't got to be a GM to figure this kind of stuff out. As Mark Stein puts it, and as it makes sense, is it's going to take a long segment of time for AD to be playing well, playing healthily, if that's a word, for his trade value to go up. If the Mavericks were to trade him now or before he comes back from injury, you're getting like the lowest of low value, which you just cannot afford to do given your draft capital situation. So, this is, in my opinion, what makes sense. The Mavericks right now are incentivized to be bad because this is your last chance for 5 years to get someone to pair with Cooper Flagg. You get you a Darren Peterson or any of these guys in the top 3, 4, 5, whatever. Like you gonna be you got a good chance to be good for the next 5 years, but you pretty much have to bottom out this year. Like, I was completely against tanking. I was completely put off by anybody saying this was a gap year or anything. But guys, it is what it is. We're 4-11. I don't see a world where this ship is righted. Minus 80 and Kyrie both coming back before December. I mean, I really don't. At this pace, we're going to be 8-22. 8-22. You might as well just ride it out. Hey, and listen, like Slightly Boss has been saying, this is a good year to be bad. OKC, as bad as I hate to say it, is just looking like an absolute juggernaut. I will root for them to lose to whoever they play, but they're looking like an absolute juggernaut. So if you're bad this year in a deep draft class, when there is a clear team in front of you that you're not beating, just be bad. Be bad, and let's see what we got next year. Because you're not trading Anthony Davis for what you want. You're just not going to. That's not how the world works. Nico Harrison, we had a direction, right? We had a direction. Nico Harrison took the wheel of the car and he spun it 180 degrees. Okay? That's not, you can't just grab the wheel and turn it back 180 degrees and try to get back on track and completely go away from what he was trying to do with this 3 year timeline stuff. That's just not how the world works. That's just not how it's going to work. So, I personally think, in my prediction, at least the plan is, unless something crazy happens where some team offers you something just insane, is the Mavericks are going to have a very quiet trade deadline. They're going to have a very quiet trade deadline. They're going to, Klay might be gone, Gafford might be gone. There might be a few little pieces here and there. You know, there's some redundancy on the roster. Everybody would admit that. Um, but I think that you tank this year, and whatever moves you make at the deadline is with the vision of 26, 27. and then you're going to run out Kyrie Christie slash draft 26 draft pick, Cooper Flagg, AD Lively, and we're going to go for it in 26, 27. And guess what? Then you can blow it up. Okay? Then you can blow it up. See where Kyrie wants to go, or if he wants to go. See what you can get for AD, and then you can kind of start building around. Because, guys, whether you trade him now or next season, if you trade him now, you're just getting a significantly worse value than you could. This stuff is going to take patience. Y'all should know this. Everybody should know this. This stuff is slower moving than the U.S. government. It's just going to take some time. Let's play this smartly, okay? Ride out this season, get you a good draft pick, go for it next year. If you fail, if you don't even come close, all right, cool. We tried. We tried Nico's vision that he destroyed our entire team for. It didn't work. We'll trade AD. Hopefully, at that point, his value has raised a little bit. He'll be a little bit older, yes, but you trade him at the right time when he's in the middle of good play, when everybody's turning on their TV every night and be like, dude, look at this dude. He could really help us. All right, just wanted to hop on here and put my 2 cents in because scrolling Twitter all day has been driving me insane. So, I don't know. There you go. If y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to grow this channel a little bit. I'd like to do this more often, but with work and stuff, it's just kind of difficult. But obviously, if I get some engagement subscriptions, that kind of helps, right? So, all right. See you guys in the next one. Peace.